In this video, we'll demonstrate how to load properly a bobbin for your Happy Embroidery machine. So the first thing we want to do in putting the bobbin in this bobbin case is we're going to turn it around, and we're going to pick a bobbin, just about any L-size bobbin will do. Try to make it the same kind of the same kind of thread that you're using. For example, this is an L-size polyester bobbin. And what we're going to do is we'll go and put this into the bobbin case, and what we want to load it in a way that if we put it in one way, then when we pull on the thread, that it's turning clockwise as we pull on the thread. So in this, as we look at the back of the bobbin case, so in this case you can see that's correct. If we do it the wrong way, which is simply turn it around, then you can see it turns in the opposite direction. So you've got a 50-50 shot. So we'll go ahead and flip that around so that's correct. So that's step one. And we're going to do something else besides load this bobbin. We're also going to perform a tension test at the same time until you become comfortable with the amount of drag that you should be feeling coming as the thread feeds off the bobbin. Try to make it a habit to do this short tension test. First thing is make sure that you always start with a full bobbin, because it's comparing the weight of a full bobbin in a full bobbin case, which weighs approximately 25 grams, with the amount of drag, or what's called tension, that's put onto that thread. And that tension is created by this metal tension flap that's on the side of the bobbin case. So to allow the thread to be tensioned properly, what we're going to do is we run it down this slit, and then that allows us to then feed it around and underneath this tension flap. So now that thread has come down that slit and then underneath the tension flap, and then we hold it straight up like this, like a yo-yo. So if we have a full bobbin with a bobbin case weighing 25 grams, and you have at least 25 grams of drag or what's called tension, then this should hold itself up by itself. In this case, you can see it's doing that. And if I bob this up and down, then for that moment in time when I stop the bobbin in midair, then its downward momentum should add on to the 25 grams and cause it to unspool. In the case that you're seeing here, you can see that it's actually not unspooling at all, which means that it's not only just at 25, but it's 25 plus a little bit more. So to adjust that, you find the two screws that are on the side that affix the tension flap to the side of the bobbin case, and find the larger one. The smaller one here is to actually hold the tension flap on. The larger one is the one that you use to adjust. Make very tiny adjustments, only a quarter of a turn, and I turn it just about a quarter, and then hold it up again and just do your drop test, and you can see this time it is unspooling just a little bit and stopping, which is pretty ideal tension. You can see that thread is getting longer and longer as I bob that, so that puts that right at 25 grams. Last step before we insert it into the machine. Look at the bobbin case, look at it straight on. This loop should be at the 12 o'clock position in the front of the bobbin case. You want to pass the thread through the loop. You can either thread it, but actually more conveniently it's actually a hook and not a loop, so you can pass the thread behind the loop and to catch it into the loop and let it hang about 4 to 6 inches down, so that there's enough of a weight to hold it straight down. And you next just insert it and push that straight on into the rotary hook assembly inside the sewing arm of your Happy Embroidery machine.